What's going on, everybody? Hair here, and yes, here we are talking about UFC 310. We're at the end of the year, the last pay-per-view before the brand new year, the last pay-per-view of 2024. Let's get straight into it. First and foremost, you have one fight on your prelims that we're going to talk about. Anthony Smith versus Dominic Reyes. This is a fight that can have title implications. Possibly, maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe. Two top guys. Anthony Smith, he's had some pretty good victories, some pretty hard defeats, and then obviously Dominic Reyes arguably beat John Jones once, and then he's fallen on a hard time since. So this is one of those middle of the pack, middle of the road fights for both of these guys. And winner will still have aspirations. Loser might talk about, is this the end? Am I a gatekeeper? Should I continue? And I'm talking about Anthony Smith, my broadcaster thing. He's doing podcasts on ESPN. He's doing broadcasting on ESPN for the fights. So, he has an outside the UFC. Dominic Reyes, he could do the same thing too. I've seen him do a few things as well. So again, winner still has aspirations. Loser might think about their exit strategy. Who do I have winning this fight? I actually have Dominic Reyes. I think he's a more precision fighter. Now, Anthony Smith thinks high of himself, which is great. You gotta have confidence as a fighter, but I do think Dominic Reyes is going to take him out in the second or third round. Next, we have Movsar Evloev, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, against Aljamain Sterling. Movsar is undefeated, and people are thinking, are they feeding Aljamain to him, this guy of Russian descent? All these guys of Russian descent, Dagestanians as well, have been taking over the game. But they forget the Funk Master Aljamain, his specialty is the ground game too, and he's super wiry. He's very strong for the division. I actually have Aljamain handing Movsar his first defeat, and then Aljamain with continuous title aspirations. I know people think he's a boring fighter, but he's very game, taking out top guys, and I still think he has it in him. So I think he wins. Next, you have a legacy fight: Vicente Luque versus Nick Diaz. My personal opinion, Nick Diaz should not be fighting anymore. The last time he fought, he looked like shit, let's be honest. Obviously, he'd beat any of us up, any of us casual guys, but against top professional fighters, Nick Diaz, I don't think has it anymore. Dude, I don't even think he wants to fight anymore, some reports were saying last time. So I don't think he should even be fighting. If he looks totally different this time, then I'll eat my words, but I think he's going to get starched by Vicente, and this is the last we're going to see of Nick Diaz. That Diaz name is holding him strong right now, and I think that's the only thing that's doing it as well, as far as that payday as well goes. Next, you have Ciryl Gane versus Alexander Volkov. Volkov is a giant heavyweight, super long, super big. Ciryl Gane, last time we saw him was, I believe he won after the John Jones fight. And he's a very good heavyweight fighter. He moves like a middleweight, and he has very nice boxing precision. But with these heavyweights, you never know, because one punch can change everything, one kick can change everything. I do have Ciryl Gane picking him apart, and then body shot, uppercutting him, second round, maybe even first round. These heavyweights are insane. So I do have Ciryl Gane winning, and then again, I don't see him beating any of these top heavyweights, though. When I say top, I mean the title holders like Aspinall, like the John Jones, obviously. Even the Stipes, I don't think he beats Stipe either, but I could be wrong. There's that. Next, you have Alexandre Pantoja against Kai Karasaka. Asakura, sorry. I think Alexandre just beats him. I think Kai's great. Obviously, he's there for a reason, but I think Alexandre is just levels above him, and you're going to see Alexandre just piece him up, beat him pretty easy, in my opinion. Next, your main event for the welterweight title, you have Belal, remember the name, Muhammad against Shavkat Rakhmonov. I'm saying his name completely wrong. Everybody calls him Shavkat. So will I. So I do think Shavkat actually wins. He's undefeated. He's a prospect. Belal is a world beater, even though he doesn't necessarily beat down guys. He does dominate them. He does beat down guys, but not the way we're thinking of, like bloodying them up, destroying them, leaving them in a pulp. Belal's not that guy, but he does dominate them as far as the ground game goes. Again, there's no there's no answer for this Dagestanian, or in his case Palestinian, ground game right now. People can't, they just can't fight it off. But I do think Shavkat does beat him. I think the UFC wants Shavkat to win. He's more marketable. His style's more marketable. And I just think the UFC hates Bilal. I don't hate him. Obviously, I want him to be a little more of an exciting fighter, but he's dominant. I mean, he dominates the fight season, so you got to give it to him. But I do think you're going to see a new champion, Shavkat. I think the UFC will promote the hell out of it, and the UFC will be happy at the end. So that's how I see this card going. This is the end of the year. Hope you guys are excited. This is the